How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books. It's found on the battlefield. All right, everybody. All right, we are getting started on the Warrior's Way, the battlefield of mind. We're going to do two birds with one stone tonight. So
Let's
I'm
do
here,
it.
here with my baby,
Hello.
my baby Andrea, and we are going to be doing our TikTok live at the same time as we are recording an episode for the Battlefield of the Mind. So very excited. Yes, some of you guys will notice we are in our office. We are not in the recording studio because we're going to be we're shooting our podcast at the same time. So thank you guys for being a part of it. And if you guys have some questions, we'll take questions in real time. And that's how we're going to do this one. Otherwise, we're going to get into some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of people on tonight right out the gate. I mean, Thursday is hot.
I didn't know that Thursday was a hotness, but let's keep it going. Today, what we're going to get into is we work with men and women across the world, and we had a survey that we did with men and women, and I'm going to go over the guy's side today with what is the role of a man? What is the role of a man? And we got into like, what does a man want, like, or think that a role of a woman even is? And we surveyed, there's a lot of dudes. Actually, one of the guys is on here right now who's part of that survey. I can see him. We surveyed a lot of guys, and we have our collected list. What is a man's perceived role? And this was answered by men. This is what guys think their answer is.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear what the list is? You want to hear what it is?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go through the list, and this is the collaboration of multiple men's answers all combined. You ready?
Yeah.
The first one is protector. Guys think, the guys like say protector. This is one of our jobs. One of our roles is to be a protector. This means always keeping people as much out of danger as possible, making sure the physical attributes of safety is taken care of. The protector is willing to put his life on the line for the people that he cares about. So guys are like, you know what? That's our job, protector. The next one, they said provider. They said it does make us feel good. They're natural givers. Guys, natural givers. We have no problem giving our resources. And if they have an abundance, there's no thought of needing you to pay me back or giving to his woman or his kids. Money, resources, strength, they're all made to give. And guys have no problem sacrificing or giving for that. Thank you, Danny. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Danny.
Next up, guys feel like we're natural fixers, which is why venting is so damn hard for us to do because we just want to fix it. But aside from that, if it's broken, we will be on YouTube University or doing our best to fix it. And so whether it's like fixing toilets or plumbing, the roof, the car, etc., guys are like, we'll try and figure it out. You know, hopefully it's within like a realm of expertise. I got my ass kicked the other day by a washing machine. I'm like, it's not one of the things in my field. Now we're getting into taking the whole thing apart, and that's not my strength. But otherwise, I've replaced toilets, fixed doors.
Oh my gosh.
I fixed so many, put the shelves together with the fixers. Whatever's broken, we fix it. And so that's a guys like we'll do that part. Next up is stability. We feel like as far as when it comes to who's more emotional, men or women, what do you think the answer is?
Yeah, who's more emotional? That one's easy. It's women.
Yeah, women. Well, generally they're more emotional first. So like we all have emotions, but women lead with emotions. And so when it comes down to it, like we're less emotionally reactive, in many cases more suppressed. And they're like, you know what makes it so when it's crisis time, we're going to have more stability. And we'd rather be the ones who take that part. And so guys will usually take the lead in crisis.
Yep.
There's studies on this one, but I'm not going to get too far into that for this purpose. So on this one, next one, objective perspective. Guys feel like they're more logical. And so they'll be more objective when they start making their choices for justice and what's really fair for all. They'll distribute with more fairness because it's going to be not about who is right, but what is right. And so guys said we would be more objective. Here's a fun one. This is one where I'd like you ladies to have your opinion. Men said we feel like we are more empathetic than women.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to babies, that was not the debate. They're like, because men can care about their baby's feelings, but as far as the empathy that comes down, women are much better when it comes to the empathy with babies. No question, like built in. There's not a debate on that one.
Yeah.
But what is a woman's empathy to their man? And we got into a wavy lines conversation. We realized that when it comes to wavy lines, guys have almost the lines are a lot less wavy with men and children. Guys are like, nope, gotta stick to the rules. Bedtime is bedtime. Nope, eat your vegetables. Like guys are usually a lot more strict on the lines.
Yeah.
Moms are a lot wavier with the
For
kids.
sure.
When it comes for men with wavy lines, we have way more leniency for our ladies. Our ladies, we give miles of leniency on our ladies that we would never give anybody else. We have very wavy lines with our women, and women do not seem to have very wavy lines for men. Straight, don't cross the line, don't mess around. I'm gonna stop that. Like that's
Yep.
the line right there. Is a punishment, a consequence.
Yeah.
So the question was, who's more empathetic to the needs of the other? Well, the argument is guys can be empathetic to their woman, but it does seem women to men have less empathy. And as far as well-being is not the same as empathy. Did he have the things he wanted for, like, did you get your lunch? Do you have your shoes? Did your clothes get cleaned? Those are taking care of your well-being. Not one of those is an emotion or a feeling. And I believe there's a hypergamy system for it, but the guys will argue. And someday, if you guys want the debate, we can do it. Guys say we have more empathy than women when it comes to that. Presiders. Men say that they don't fall for the social pressures and conformity of the comparisons like women do. Like, I need to keep up with the Joneses. I need to be like them. We're not like this, so we're not doing good. And so, thank you very much for the beard comment. But when it comes to making sure that the team is going to be in the best hands possible, guys are like, we're natural leaders. We're not going to fall for outside influences.
Yeah.
We're going to do what is best for the family. I do care about her things, her feelings, her well-being, the kids' safety, kids' security. I have all of you in mind, and I feel like I'm built to make sure that all of these things are taken care of. So leave it to me. If it messes up, on me. And if it goes well, it works for you. Like, that's where the guys were like, we feel like we're presiders. When it comes to aiming to please, so aim to please was an interesting one. This one comes down to just the build of men, build of boys. Look what I can do.
Yeah.
I'm so strong, or look what I built, or I created this, or look what I painted. Like, look what I can do. I want to impress my girl. I threw the touchdown, or I built this statue, or I, designed a whole infrastructure of the thing. Look what I can do. Be impressed, babe.
Yeah.
And guys love impressing their girl. Like, a lot of times the reason men say they were choosing the woman that they chose is because she was the best cheerleader. She was the best. She cheered me on, encouraged me the most. She's the best. I just wanted to impress her. Baby, look what I can lift.
Yeah.
Look what I can fix. Look
Just
what
don't
I
do
can
that.
do. I want to impress you. I do. Yeah, all of us
He still
boys.
does. Yeah.
Ever since we were little
It's
kids.
adorable. Yeah.
So guys aim to please. We want to impress our girls, so we'll go above and beyond to do that. Have you ever seen a guy working out and then his girl or a girl will be checking him out and he's all of a sudden got like 10 times stronger? Ooh, no problem now.
Hero
But before
strength, yeah,
he was
yeah.
struggling. I watched a video the other day of this kid who was like struggling to lift it. And then a cute girl was walking by and he was like using the
I
weights
got
like a
it,
jump
yeah.
rope. And he was jump roping with the weight. It was like, no problem now.
Oh, that's great.
The last one here is doing the hard jobs. Guys are like, I'll do the hard job. If it's the heavy lifting, the dirty work, getting oil on you or getting really filthy, I'm happy to. I'll do the hard job. You take care and organize this. I'll lift and move the gross stuff or fix the messed up stuff. So guys have no problem doing the back-breaking work. They would prefer to do that over having their women or children have to do it. So that was the list the men came up with. This is our job. This is where we step up. This is what we do. One of my warriors pointed out that, like, wait a second, let me look at this list. He said the list is protector, provider, fixer, having more stability for the team, being objective, having more empathy for others, being a presider and making sure things are taken care of in all aspects of things, aiming to please them, and doing the hard jobs. He's like, wait a second, have you noticed that everything on our list is to serve her? Mm-hmm. Like, everything that we put on our list as our job is a service. Every single thing is we give or provide something for others. That's what we're doing. Like, wow, that's very interesting that seemed to be the answer. This is over hundreds of guys. Like, this was the consensus of the answer. And each thing on here was, how do I serve my woman? Mind you, for those of you who are like, Where are those guys at? There's healthy men. You just don't shop in that in that section in the store. There's healthy guys, and a majority of the guys that I run into usually fall into a healthier category.
Or at least they want to become healthier and willing to work on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this was two different groups. I did the survey a couple times, and this is the answers they came up with. Both group did not know about the answers from the other groups. They didn't know about the answers. And so the first group's answer was, I'm sorry, let me ask the question. Let me make sure I got the question right. I said, this is the guys' roles. I said, guys, okay, what is a woman's role? Like if we're in a relationship, not a mom's role, a woman's role. Because like if we're dating and there's no kids yet, well, my job is to do all of these things. Your job is to, and the guys are like, okay, let me think. What's a woman's role? What do I want?
I would be curious to see what other people believe that it is. Let's take another quick survey and then we'll read it out loud.
I like it.
Yeah, ask the question again if you can.
All right, well then the question is, if this is what the men agreed this is their role, what do you believe is the role of a woman in a relationship? Like if this is his jobs, what are her jobs? You know, and this is where trying to be as, indifferent and fair as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the guys had their list.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm excited to hear.
Yeah,
I think
too.
I think these people are
away.
just going to fill up the whole list here with all of the answers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. I think that we can play some music or something here.
Yeah.
I think the music would be like this.
We wait.
It would just.
That's what it's sounding like. What is okay? Danny, right out the gate, says
Danny.
appreciate it first off, but they have similar roles.
Oh, all right? You think it's similar roles? Danny, let me just make sure that. All right, so your job is protector, and your job is to fix all the dirty, broken stuff, and your job is to be the objective one, to be the leader. You try to impress him as much as possible, and you do the hard, heavy lift. That's the same for men and women. Does that seem like the same?
Yeah, I don't know what she means by that. She could also mean too, like they have equal parts of work they do, but it's different.
I would be very open to know what that means. Yeah,
that's
I
okay,
would love
too.
to hear, for sure.
White Sage says equal parts or helping each other. Friendship is another answer.
Okay.
Someone else, Alejandro, says honestly, love, caring, like all the time, and believe in God. Most definitely has to believe in integrity. To be my biggest cheerleader and supporter is what this gentleman says would be the woman's role. Tiffany says to be supportive, loving. I think there's a certain amount of finding problems so you can fix them.
Wait, does she mean like, I'll find the problems, you fix them? That's the teammate. Somebody's got a prairie, or somebody's got to, be that dog that I'm going to hunt out the problems, and now you have something to fix.
Yeah. She said no both ways.
Okay.
No both ways.
That's funny.
I think Danny jumped off. She's like, I'm out.
Shit, I don't want to do any of those roles.
He's going to start shouting, I'm out. It's okay, Danny.
I don't want those. Fuck that.
Okay, there's Danny. Okay, she'll have to protect his emotions.
Oh, I don't mind this
She can
one.
assist with the lifting.
All right. She'll have to protect his emotions. I am very interested in hearing about that one. All right. So we got love and caring. We've got being supportive and loving, protect emotions, friendship. I don't understand very much the equal parts stuff. So I'd have to have far more clarity, because just saying equal parts, clearly it's not equal parts. There's got to be something like, this is the parts that she does. This is the parts that he does. It's not equal.
Cole meets World. We haven't seen you in a long time. Good
Cole
to see you.
World.
She says a man's calling is to protect women, so she is free to walk the earth unharmed. A woman's calling is to lead a man to his soul.
Oh,
That's her favorite proverb.
It's good. I like it. I also would like to know what she thinks that means. How do you lead a man to his soul? Because it sounds awesome, and I would love to have it happen. Baby, lead me to my soul.
Yeah, I'm going to need a step-by-step how to do that.
I would probably need a couple
I'll be
steps.
a cheerleader for you. I'll be so excited and cheer you on all day long. All day long.
I get the cheerleader, yeah. I'd
Leading
love to be...
you to your soul, specifically of all people, there would be so many questions in order to do that, and I don't think I have all those answers for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, I also would like to know what protect his emotions looks like. I would be honestly very open to that one too. So these are ones would be very open to clarity. So the ones would be on there were the ones that were like, it's equal roles. I would love to know what that you mean by that. I haven't seen that one
Do you
yet.
think that we have equal roles?
We do not. We do not do equal things. We have made ourselves autonomous, but it's not equal. I think we both take different sections, different parts, and do different things. But there are also role stuff that we do, that I do, that you won't ever want to do, and that you do that I'm terrible at, and that's why you're doing it. We make a good team. I do the stuff you don't want to. You do the stuff I don't want to. But those are both the things that we don't mind doing.
Yeah. And I will tell you, I never want to be equal to a guy. I don't. There's a list. I could give you a list of things that I don't ever want to have to do. Now, could I? There's certain things I could do that guys do, but there's a lot of things I can't do that guys can do, and that they will be consistently better at. They just are, so we are not equal, nor do I have the want to be equal in a relationship dynamic. I don't.
Yeah, and it's not even a mean thing, not either.
No.
Like even strength wise, I am
No.
easily 4 times stronger than you are.
Yes.
Except for those big beautiful legs. You got great legs. Those legs are powerful. But upper body wise, I'm more than 4 times stronger than you.
For sure. Yeah.
Even our daughter the other day, like we were doing the math, I am 6 times stronger than she is, and she's
Yeah.
almost 17.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
for sure.
not even close.
Yeah. Yeah. Mice are the danger. You're right. Men and women can have equal rights all day long, but when you go left, you better come correct.
That's funny. No, equal rights is not even the
No.
question. I'm asking for what are the roles that we have.
Yes.
All rights are the same. There's no restrictions on, legalities.
Yeah,
It's just,
well,
what
we're
do you
not
think the
talking
job is?
about like who should make more in the business world. We're not talking about that.
Nope.
We're talking about relationship dynamics. What does that look like?
Yeah.
And also, if there is something that he's doing that I know that I cannot do, like lift heavy shit, 100% I will be making sure that I show him appreciation for those things. Even the things that I don't want to do that he takes on, like taking out the garbage. Do I take it out sometimes? Yes. Do I like to? No, but I will. But when he takes out the garbage, every single time I notice and I say to him, thank you so much for taking out the garbage. I usually make a little joke in there and then tell him I appreciate him. That's how it goes. That's
Yep.
why I'm the best NPC.
You're the
Thank you,
best. You're the
Phil.
best NPC, babe. All right, so we have a lot of kind of abstract ideas here, and this is not a slight against anybody. The answers for what is a woman's role in a relationship seems very abstract. It's very like love or balance or take care of their, like, lead them to their soul, and it's things like this where it's like these are nice ideas, but what do we do with that? Like, I don't know how to measure it. I don't know how we're doing it. Everyone's got a different answer for these things. And that makes it really difficult to go like, hey, my baby's killing it. Or my woman knows exactly what she's doing. She's the best. Well, what is it? And it's all over the place. Nobody has like, this is the list. It seems like even just saying equal role, let's go through and see if it's equal. And it doesn't really seem to be. And that's why I'm very open to hear more. But right now I have a lot of abstract things. I don't know if I saw like one that's like solid.
Yeah.
And like, I wasn't even trying to also, just to make this not sexist, it's not saying like women do the housework, women do the cooking,
No.
because guys can do that too.
Yeah.
So it's not saying like her only job is housework. That's not what I'm saying. Just curious on what do you think? And Danny, I'm okay too. I really honestly, sincerely would love to hear in your specific dynamic then, with each couple being different, what are your roles in the dynamic to try to make it so we can go, at least we have an example of what that looks like. And I'm not disagreeing that each couple all has different dynamics. I
Yeah.
completely agree with you. What would your role be in that? I would love to hear. So
Yeah.
while she's doing that, because I have full faith in her, I believe she's got it. I'm going to give you the answers from the first group of guys on what their answer was. I asked them, what do you think her role is in the relationship? And their answer in the first group, they broke it all the way down. She says, I've had all failed relationships, so probably not the best answer.
Fair enough.
Thank
fair
you.
Enough, fair enough.
I appreciate your honesty. The guys' answer, their number one answer, and probably after they broke it down, they actually stuck with just this main answer. The first group, was just be nice. Like, cheer me on again like you did when we started, like when we met each other. And kind of be like the warm place, not the cold place when I get home. Like, be kind, be nice. And one of the guys says, I want more Lois Lane, less kryptonite. And so that was the answer. I'm like, what else do you want? They're like, I don't know. I think that if we're just being nice, that would be pretty good. Like that first group, like there's a bunch of dudes. They're like, yeah, actually, if we just get nice, I'm good. Let's just start with being nice, which shows this is not happening as often as you
Right.
ladies might think.
And Tiffany said still a fairly broad answer. It kind of is, but it really goes to show you that these men, and this is consistent across the board, like the guys are saying, no, really, we have so many options of what it could be, but this is one thing that these are a couple things that we find we are not getting consistently. So the broad answer is really just a not so broad answer when they really break it down, because these are things that no one's consistently getting.
Yeah, if you guys would like, let's go ahead and give an example. Because if being nice seems like it's confusing or too broad or too open, let's go ahead and shorten it down. Are you guys familiar with the golden rule? Let's just give it at least a base platform. It's not universal, but let's go ahead and just say the golden rule, which is treat people the way you want to be treated. Now, if you're doing anything that goes against, I don't like to be talked to that way, I don't like being treated that way, I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me, that's a really good starting point on whether it's nice or not nice. It's at least a good platform, the foundation to build on. So if, like, do you like, for example, would you like if I was nagging you every day and complaining about everything that you did to try to make you do more?
No, that also, no,
That doesn't feel good?
that no.
Then maybe
That
I should
wouldn't
not
work.
take that
The
approach.
results of that would not be good.
But don't you see, like, you don't
Yeah,
like that.
That's why I don't do it to you.
That
Yeah.
may not be a nice thing to do if you wouldn't like it. Very
And-
simple.
And also with that, you know that you're a little off-centered when you start to justify why you should be treating someone like that when you would not want to be done to you. So before we say, well, I only do that because then you know that that's the wrong direction.
Yeah, excuses and
Want to
justifications.
circle back to the other direction.
It's definitely an indicator. That's for sure. If you go like, well, let me tell you why he should have done this and it's justified. Are you treating somebody in a way you would not want to be treated? And that's just a really good starting point. Now, after that, you can get more into the specifics or the subjective parts of it. But if you're wondering, what does be nice mean? That's at least a good place to start. And if your answer is, I wouldn't want to be talked to that way, well, maybe I would change the way that I talk to somebody. All right, let's see. Yes, just be nice to me. Not rude or not talking down to me. Be friendly. Let's see, is in most men's top 3. Let's see, being nice always puts me in the friend zone with my men in my life. Not desired, just the cool girl. Cole, we really do have to have you book a call because you always have such interesting things to say. Like, I would actually really like to hear this story because I guess maybe this is boys and this is maybe a big part of it because my men are like, I would love just to really be nice, be cool. I love that part to it. But if you're dating boys who just don't appreciate a nice or a good girl or a good woman, this is maybe in your criteria system if you're dating guys who are really immature.
But I also think too, Cole, prior to that comment, you also said, you said I was hyper independent from childhood-ish and did so much healing. I now value allowing men to lead. So there's also that in there too from what you've been able to find out. And that can also be something that's not that attractive to men either. I know because I also have that. So when they don't feel like they can do anything to really help or that you don't need them, it's not attractive to guys. And I always saw that as a strength. I'm like, I got it. My identity was my work. I would lead with that all the time. And Rick's like, guys don't care about that. I'm like, oh, what?
Well, how often do you see guys who go, hi, how much money do you have and can I have some? Is that a desirable trait, ladies? Do you like if a guy comes in on a date and he's like, how much money do you make? I'd love to have a lifestyle with that. You just don't see that. I mean,
Well, No, okay.
It's not common. But again, this would be
It's boys.
vetting out
It's-
beta males or
it-
boys. It doesn't
yeah.
make sense. Guys don't do that.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, and
Yeah.
actually, even with the men that I work with, if a woman has to pay, like it does create a discomfort. Even like I've, was working with some coaches, a high level coach this last week, and if there's any role reversal on that one, or if he can't do the providing, it has caused like that's discomfort inside here. He's like, that hurts me that I can't be the one who does the paying. I like that role. There's no, you owe me this, or I'm keeping score or keeping track. No, the guys are like happy to give. Now, if you're with boys, then you're going to be having a problem because boys take, men give. And it's the same thing with women. Women try and take, or no, girls take, women give. And you can tell the difference. And generally, you can tell usually somewhere around where the mindset changes with children is where women switch from trying to get everything they can get. If it doesn't switch, it gets very confusing for the dynamic. But boys are out to conquest. Boys are out to get trophies and win and get, establish themselves. Boys are trying to get. Men build, provide, protect, encourage. They lift up people. Alphas build, boys and betas take. And it's a difference.
Yeah, and Cole, you're right. There are boys, there are also girls that disguise themselves physically as men or physically as women, but mentally they're still boys and girls.
Yeah.
That is very different. You're absolutely right.
That was good, babe. Nice one. I like that.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
Yeah, and you're right, Danny. Let him carry in the groceries. He loves to carry in the groceries.
I'm like, what do you think I got all these muscles for? Been training
it's
for
his
this.
favorite thing to do, and I let him do it.
I'm like, you got groceries? I've been training for this for years.
Oh gosh. I'm
wanna-
Dad AF has a question.
All right.
He says, what do you do if you're a man who's been working on himself to grow and you crave a brotherhood but can't find that brotherhood?
Dude, we talked about this. Book a call.
Have you booked a call yet?
I don't think he has.
Okay, you're right here.
And if he has, I just don't remember the screen names versus the real names. But we have the brotherhood, and we just created new programs that are made for like anybody to be able to get into. We created an option for guys who couldn't afford the big program, but still want to be in part of the community and have a brotherhood. And we've got guys who we are turning their lives around just for being in the community. It exists, but you are right. A healthy group of men who authentically look out for each other and build each other up is extremely rare. Without motive, without backstabbing, without any, shady behavior, there are pop-up groups. There are groups out there. It's not that there are none. It's just they're very rare. And so we built one. We built one because we had to build one that has no blame, no shame, no judgment. We do not betray. We only encourage and build each other up because together we are stronger, and we have an invested interest in making sure that you are built up. The reason why is because if we lock shields in a phalanx, I have no invested interest in making myself stronger than you because you're protecting my side as I protect yours. I need you to be as strong as possible.
Yep.
And so that's the way.
You're not going to find it. And I mean, you have to be the right fit, right, for what he does. But this program is leading so many men, and they talk daily. Like, there's an opportunity. The support in this program is, I've never seen anything like it. I'm currently in a separate group for like a women's group. Well, it's not necessarily a women's group, but there are only women in there. It is run very differently, and the support is not there. It doesn't even compare, honestly, to what he has in his group. So
Yeah, we told you before, bro. Click the link in the bio and let's talk, man. Let's hang out. We're unifying our guys and we're looking out for our men. But I also train women. So you guys are wondering, like, is this like only a one-sided thing? No, I did 3.5 hours with my women's group today. We train. I actually just put in the podcast for the Warriors Way podcast is the Battlefield of the Mind. And we're actually recording right now. This is going to go up, and we're using you guys as part of a, double content thing.
yeah,
And so we're live here with you guys, but we're also going to put this up on Spotify. It's
Yeah.
under the Battlefield of the Mind. And we just put up a video of one of the trainings I did with the women. It's mostly me doing a training, but we're going hard. If you think that we're soft on our people,
They're
this
not.
is a tough, tough lesson. And so we posted it up, and it's badass. But I look out for my ladies and I look out for my guys because together we're all stronger. And it's pretty badass stuff.
Yep.
And so, like, join in and we build each other up all the way across. And I have my warriors in here
There's
too.
women in here, yeah.
Yeah, I
that are in the
see
program.
Perry, Christy, we got, Phil. I see my
Yep.
warriors are in here right now.
Yeah, and just to support the comment about being there for your guys, Fluffy Strong, as Perry said that he was tired on the road this morning, and one of the guys called just to keep him company and keep him awake. And Perry also made a comment about we get stronger so we can carry and make more groceries, and I just have to tell you, I know that you're doing the workouts that he's been sending you, and he tried to carry in the car. And I was like, no, I only need the
I
groceries.
said,
And
Perry,
he's like,
Perry's been pulling trucks.
he's like, I can do both. And I said, we don't need both this time. It is only the groceries, not the car. He was relieved, but I was impressed.
Yeah, but I was going to do it. Like, I was like, Perry said, lift the car. Perry lifts the car. I can do it. He's like, you're 41. You should probably start with the bicycle.
So funny. I just cracked myself. Oh my god. So someone asked a question: do guys naturally want to lead? How do you encourage them to lead?
Well, let's get to that in a second. Do guys naturally want to lead? I want to give you the second answers because the second group's answers, we didn't finish it.
Yeah.
So I had a second group that the first group said, be nice, cheer for me again, and be a warm place. Don't be kryptonite, be Lois Lane. That was the first group's answer. The second group we just did today. And the answers that came in were like, what do we want from our women? And the answers were nurture, kindness, appreciation, and support, like encouragement. And then we even threw intimacy in there. They're like, I do want intimacy. I did say intimacy was both-sided. Like, it's not just one person gets intimacy. Both get intimacy. And if we can be fair, guys probably do a majority of the work. So let's just be fair. I'm not saying girls do none. I'm just saying if you go like who's done more thrusting, it's probably the dudes. Anyways, when it comes down to the intimacy, that's a win-win for both sides. Let's go over the rest of the list. Nurture, kindness, appreciation, encouragement, and support. None of those are like you have to go and do a thing or lift a thing or fix a thing. It's not a tangible thing. These are all like be kind, have appreciation, and be encouraging. Again, this is a totally separate group, but their answer is still mimicked. Please be nice and be cool.
Yeah.
Like that's really all they're like that. All I need her to do is be kind. Did you guys notice? And I just want to put out on the list was not bitch, complain, nag, put him down, like say he's not doing enough, tell him what to do, tell him to do more chores or fix things around.
Try to be his mom.
None of this was like, I need another mom. You guys noticed this, right? Hopefully you're noticing on the list, it wasn't, I need somebody to make my life more complicated. Like, that I want someone who complements my life. And we got into the cheerleader talk, and our ladies also agreed with this. They're like, I chose her because she was the best cheerleader. She believed in me the most. She enjoyed the way that I talked. Her and I had great conversations. She was interested to learn. She was like, I love your potential. I love your hobbies. I love the things that you do. You and I have so much in common. We would talk for all hours of the night. We could talk for hours. And it was lovely. And then something changed. Something has changed to make it so now our relationship is struggling. How much of what you're doing when you started, which was being nurturing or kind or enjoying the things that he does and appreciating him, or even just being his encourager, how much of that fell off? And then like this is where I would almost challenge, be careful of your answers if it's an excuse, because it gets dangerous. Because we did that video where like if you ever start justifying and having excuse why I don't do the things that made me fall in love with him, or vice versa, or her fall in love with me, you're the one. You're the one.
And I think too, before you meet, people have their hobbies, or they at least have things that they like to do, right? So you meet, you start talking about those things are interesting because people are doing their own things. Now you're in a relationship where you're always together, especially if you live together. And naturally, from what I've seen, people stop doing the things that they used to like to do, which then causes what? The same old story, the same old patterns of I went to work, I came home, we had dinner, what is there to talk about? You've heard, especially if you've been together for a couple of years, now you've heard all the stories, right? Which usually came at the beginning. So now you're living together. Now you don't have anything to talk about because you guys don't do anything. Find something to do separately and together.
Yeah, have something you're working on and growing with. Yeah, then you have something to share.
Yeah.
I think it's great, babe. But if you guys are looking, this was the guy's answers. They also didn't have a very clear step-by-step thing. It was really just, I hope that she would be nice again. Like, be kind, be appreciated. Golden rule stuff. Be nice. Don't nag me. Don't complain.
Yeah.
Like, be encouraging.
Yeah.
This is just be cool. And if you're not doing that, well, the guys don't know what else you're supposed to be doing because they're not valuing your job because you're not giving all your money to him. And if you are, you should research how your hypergamy works because odds are you're not that happy. Say individuality and then missing each other each day are big takeaways from the relationship.
Yeah.
It's important to do it in a healthy way though.
Yeah.
Because individuality, our autonomy, like our independence with each other is designed to complement each other
Yeah.
because it doesn't make it so like it's power over anymore. There's none of that. It's she's got her strengths, I got my strengths. We both have our own things and then we can share about our things. You shared about your day at work. I shared about my day at work. We had different days at work.
Yeah, we actually took time and we went and sat outside and kind of soaking up the sun before we decided we were going to go on live and shared about our day. You know, and it's someone said something about like keeping the honeymoon phase alive. Like that's almost impossible for people because naturally it's going to fade. So it's so important that you fall in love with someone that you want to continue to get to know and to your point, continue to grow with. And every relationship is going to have ups and downs, but how do you guys come back stronger together and work together as a team? Remember, you're together because you guys are a team. You're not separate. So if you find yourself, and him and I have went through this before, where when we don't have our own focus, we start focusing inward, sometimes in a negative way. And then we have to regroup and say, okay, hold on a second, something's off here. What are you working on? What are you working on? Then we have something to put our energy towards, and then we come back stronger together rather than against each other.
Well, it's important to note that this is not all dynamics. We're both A-type personalities.
Yeah.
And so we have to
We're
both
both
be,
a lot.
we both have to be working on a project or else it does turn into like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like it does go versus. So we have to make sure we're both aiming in the same direction because if it gets, I think some of our biggest problems was during like when the shutdowns and stuff happened. Like we were like, I'm not working on a thing and you're not working on a thing. And I think we're both going to go crazy. And I think a lot of you guys can relate to where like if all of your things just got taken away and now you're stuck in the same place going, what the hell did you do today?
Yeah.
The same thing as you. What the hell am I doing with you then? You know, like it gets crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see, who is this? Nano the Palm, right? What do you got going on here? He says, what to do? I haven't talked to her a week. Blocked her everywhere. She's sending flowers, text, everything, and I'm so stuck to what to do. Let's see.
It was 6 years of a loving relationship and killed it. I love her unconditionally. And then someone said unconditional love is a lie.
Yeah, he's one of my warriors. He knows.
Yeah.
We've challenged it already.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm right there with Chris on this one. We actually did a training to see if love is truly unconditional. It turns out there's a massive amount of conditions.
She cheated.
Cheating is one of the conditions.
That's why you guys are not talking to each other.
Yeah, it seems like it was conditional, not unconditional, because cheating makes it conditional. In which case, this is just a measurement of values. Of course, she made a mistake or whatever, but 6 years in, if she decided I want to be with somebody else, this isn't the first 3 months. This isn't the beginning stages. You guys aren't at the just dating phase. This is 6 years in. And I don't know, baby, I don't think at this point, because we're about 6 years in, I don't think if I accidentally slept with somebody else, we'd be good.
No, don't get me started on that whole.
Even if I got you flowers?
Nope. Let me tell you something right now, Phil. Here I go. I have confirmed very, very clearly, and I always say he wrote a book on everything is a choice. So if he was going to make a choice, he would know full and very clearly what he was doing. So if you decide that you're going to be with somebody else, and I find out, that is it. There are no second chances. There are no flowers. There are no text messages. Just know you come in, you get your shit, and then you get out. That's all I'm doing here. I'm 43. I'm not playing those games with, and then I would be like, you are now a boy. You are not a man. That's what that would be, because you just made a boy decision, not a man decision. That's what happened. Get out.
I like look at all this power you just got. And you threw some judgments in there to insult to injury. Well
Listen,
done.
I own all those judgments. I own every single one of the judgments of how I would feel. And the reason I have my reasons for this.
Justify. Let's
I've
go.
already been through this once before when I was married. I will not do it again. I will not. So anyway,
Yeah.
just in case anyone ever knows where I've stood and where I stand, there it is.
So-
how does he know I'm fake mad at Rick? Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
She's not real. It's not. Well, real Rick really didn't cheat, so I don't have to
That's
be
true.
worrying
So
about
it's,
this.
it's a little bit different.
This is hypothetical, made up, not real Rick. So we're good.
yeah.
This is just when she goes into the possible future. That's
Yeah,
how
it does.
her responses
It gets
are.
me hot. Yeah, someone says your face is flushed. It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is a point. It gets me boiling. I've already dealt with it.
Yeah.
Not with him. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. So, Nano, you said you're trying to figure out how to cope and get through this. You haven't slept in 3 days. Grab a time slot for me. Go into our profile. R.I.P.
Fake Rick.
Poor fake Rick.
And by no means am I also the woman that is like, but someday you will. I also don't play those games, right? I'm not going to like kill him if he has a dream about, or if I have a dream that he cheated on me. Like, I'm not going to like light him up for that.
Poor fake
I don't,
Rick.
I don't do that. Just know if it did happen.
I feel bad. Fake Rick was like, I think I can get away with it. No getting away, fake Rick.
No, he wouldn't be good at it anyway.
Your stuff is in a box to the left, fake Rick. She
All of a
shaved.
sudden, you guys will see the name of this page, Andrea.
Yeah, she'd shave my beard in the middle of the night. Be no.
It'll change everything.
R.I.P. Fake Rick. That's very funny. Yeah, but Nano, like, if you will, just grab one of my time slots. No charge for you guys on the first call. Just book a time slot. Let's go ahead and have a conversation. If I can help, let's do it. If you want to join us and be with us, we have a whole entire army of guys who look out for each other and build a support system that make it so that no matter how hard it is you have to go through your grieving cycle, your race to acceptance, the enemies within, whatever battles you've got, we have beaten them all. And so we would have your back. And so if you want to be with us, you're welcome. If you just want one phone call and I'll give you at least the path to go on, I've got you.
Yeah. Wild Snorlax says, Andrea, if the start of your relation, no, you got me hot. If the start of your relationship, Rick said, I might step out from time to time, but never disrespect you throwing it your way. I don't really know what that means.
He's using Chris, you're using too much slang, bro. I don't know.
Do you mean like he said I'm gonna step out time to time, but just wouldn't tell me?
I don't know what throwing it your way means. Does that mean I'm not being disrespectful to you?
But he still might.
Does that mean I'm letting her know? I just don't know what that means. Throwing it her way. Does
like there may be a
You-
chance, but
listen,
you'll just never
yes.
know about it?
Listen, you see all the gray in this beard.
Keep it on the, let me tell you something. That also, no, because if some guy was going to tell me that, I'm telling you right now, I'd be like, you're a child. I don't date children. Like, we're done. Like, no, that would not be acceptable. My values are too high to let some guy disrespect me in that way. Absolutely not. See what you guys do? Don't do that. I didn't realize you used the soundboard.
That's so
I'm not doing it. I would rather,
R.I.P.
let me tell
fake
you.
Rick.
I would rather be alone. I would rather be alone than to have to deal with that nonsense. Let some other person take this child on and raise him, hopefully, to be a man someday. That's how I feel. That is
So-
really how I feel, and I do not care.
It's a non-negotiable.
It is
for
a
you.
non-negotiable.
Yeah, we got it.
If just in case anybody
Wait, let's just
doesn't
check.
understand.
Is anybody unclear on one of her loyalty non-negotiables? Does anybody have any I don't know if I gotten the point to this one yet.
Because ask me another question. Like I'm.
She's like, fuck around, find out.
I'm not kidding.
Fake Rick's about to die tonight.
I don't have many of these things at all. This is probably the only one I do have.
You have 200 pet peeves. I was doing a whole list for a while. You're like, I only have a few,
I'm
and it was
saying
a huge
this is
list.
really the only one that I have that if it was to happen, we would be done.
It's non-negotiable.
It is 100%.
Well, that's not true, baby. If I started punching you or something, that would be non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have multiple ones. If I start hurting the girls,
Yeah. that
Okay,
would
so
also
we
be
have
it.
more than one.
Yeah, but you're not going to do that.
Just because I'm not going to do the other one. I'm just saying there's more than one.
Okay, let me.
Okay,
See, Perry,
yep.
like absolutely not. Also, I don't have to worry about that one because he also. Let me just tell you something.
Oh, here we go.
Lady, I know I'm with a very attractive guy, and I say this to him often. And if you ever feel like, hey, maybe I should shoot my shot with him, I think it would be quite funny. Because if he was to spend a day with him, and you'd be like, listen, I know I'm good looking, but they would be like, he is too much. Take him back. I promise you, he's a lot to handle. This guy is a lot to handle. A lot. And I do a really good job handling him, but he's a lot. He is. I promise you, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes when you see me rocking back and forth, then you know. I'm just kidding.
You're doing great, babe.
I'm just messing with you. He's a lot. I mean,
Also, if you decide to DM us, we both share the account, so you'd be DMing her. So that's funny.
yeah. He's extra.
I am
Diane said
extra.
he's
I am
extra.
extra. What's up,
Diane
Diane?
knows. Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah. I don't care.
It takes a special person. You're welcome.
Thank you for being that special person, babe.
We are pretty much 100% real. That one got me fired up, though.
Yeah.
It does every time. No matter how many times we've talked about cheating.
Fake Rick dies every episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Very funny.
So
Well,
that's where we stand.
That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah. But also, I'm not going to have, I believe that there's many men that will cheat, and that's just like their side job. Like, I do believe that. But I also believe there are there's more men, well, I shouldn't say more. There's enough men, too, that will not cheat when they're with a good woman. So, I'll leave it at that.
And just as far as non-negotiables, guys are in the same boat. They don't like this. Nano is in the same boat where he's like, I don't want to be cheated on either.
No.
Loyalty is one of my values. And if it gets crossed, that's not a good win for me. And so I'm looking forward to the conversation. But yeah, it's all right, man. Like, we'll get you through it. We'll get you through it.
Thank you, Danny. You know, Danny, I don't think I've ever met you in person, but I always like how you have my back. And so I'll have your back too. You're gonna bring the shovel.
Yeah, listen, I'll help you guys bury Fake Rick because
Yeah.
I got nothing going on. So I'll help you bury this bastard. Listen,
He wouldn't even like you if you were
yeah,
doing
fuck that guy. I would kick him out of my group. Fake Rick is out.
Oh my god! Like, let me get a scoop of the dirt.
Yeah, I'll football spike it on Fake Rick's face. I'll shave his beard off and shove it down his throat. That bastard. How could he treat you like that?
We'll shave your beard, post pictures, and be like, "This is the person that cheated."
Yeah. I'll shave it all screwed up. It's gonna be just patches missing. I won't even care. Deliberately bad.
Oh my god!
Fake Rick got canceled.
Oh my gosh, that's so silly. Oh my gosh, is jealousy actually a healthy thing?
I don't think that it is. I don't have any jealousy, and I feel very fine with it. And I think this is a funny thing, like, because how can you have jealousy and trust? Like, I'm really curious on it, and I'd like to honestly, I'd like to hear the healthy version of jealousy. You know, if it's something where you try to make your girl, feel good or feel bad, I don't know how that would work, or vice versa, make your guy jealous so you feel wanted. Like, I actually had that. It was in high school because I wasn't jealous enough, but my high school girlfriend was like, oh, I think Matthew McConaughey's attractive, and I'm like, yeah, he's a good looking dude. She's like, you're not jealous about that? I'm like, are you going to hang out with Matthew McConaughey and I don't know about it? She's like, well, no, but I find another guy attractive. That doesn't make you feel like, hey, that's my girl. Like, none of that stuff. I'm like, I mean, if you're leaving me for Matthew McConaughey, I kind of get it. Like, I'm 18. I don't have shit going on in my life yet.
Yeah.
I'm a kid. So, like, I get it. I'd leave for Matthew McConaughey, too.
I believe on this topic that I would never personally want to do anything, even though he's not the jealous type at all. I would never. I'm so sensitive to that and the whole cheating thing, infidelity, just anything that can seem like that. I am on high alert with that stuff. I would never want to do anything, even though he doesn't have that, would make him feel like he's less important or I'm giving more attention to somebody else. I personally, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. So when he's around, he's my person. That's it. So.
I don't have any jealousy at all either because We talked about this before, and I still think it stands. We still have a value system that we understand. We understand where our lines are. And there are certain things that my girl or her guy would never do. And these are the lines where if those lines are ever crossed, the non-negotiable lines, well, my girl would never do that or my guy would never do that. If that's the case, well, if she starts doing those things, there's nothing for me to fight for because that's not my girl. If she was like, I want to go and be with another man, I'd be like, well, my girl would never do that shit. So you must not be my girl. And if I'm going to what? Stop the world from trying to be with someone who wants to be with them? Like she wants to go with another guy? I'm like, and I'm just going to beat up all the guys so she can't go be with them? What a silly scenario. If she wants to go be with somebody else, that's not my girl. My girl would never do that stuff, which means you're not my girl. Let me help you pack your heavy stuff because I don't mind doing the heavy lifting, and I got you all set up. Have a good one. Enjoy your life. It's a wasted effort. Listen, I don't want to move it on my own, man. And I'm not saying I'm not going to be butterfingers on the way out. Some things are going to be dropped a little. Anyways, but that's not my girl. No different than if I started slapping her around or punching her in the face. Her guy would never do that. Well, that's not your guy. If I want to go be with other women, her guy would never do that. So that's not your guy. The point is why would I have to be jealous for somebody I wouldn't fight for anyways? Think about that. Why would I be jealous or I would be trying to control somebody who doesn't want to be with me?
Or that makes you feel that way. Yeah.
What's the point? What a waste of energy.
Yeah. Not fighting over you, fighting for you. I like that.
Maybe, because if you're fighting for you to stay when they're trying to leave, this is like trying to pull on a kid who's on one of those like leashes, and they're trying to get away. You're like, why?
Yeah.
Frick.
Yeah, frick.
Is that fake Rick is frick? What the frick?
That's funny.
So yeah, I don't have any jealousy. If we've done this before, guys take their shot with her all the time. I'm like, go ahead, take your shot. Give your best shot to her. They do. And the guys will send her stuff. I'm like, hey, that was actually a pretty decent pickup line. Or like, that's a terrible start. God, that
And you
guy's
ask how
got...
he knows because I show him.
She shows me.
And then I'm also not, I'm very nice in person, I think. But I am also...
Self-proclaimed. Look at that look. Look at you, baby.
You wouldn't be with me if I wasn't nice. So
Yeah,
quiet.
it's on the list.
Yeah, see? I made the list. But I'm not nice because you know. Like, you know. Anyway, it's so silly.
You look at this dude. Druss.
Frost in the house.
What's up? That's my head coach for the men.
In
He's
Australia.
Australia. Yeah,
Thank you, Diane. Diane says we're both very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, it's early in the morning for Druss. Good morning, bro.
Yeah.
Good to see you on. That's fantastic. Yeah, you're very rarely on with us. This is great.
Yeah. That is good. New setup.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
push
We
a man
find
to
we're a
show
little
he
bit more
cares.
relatable, not behind a desk.
Yeah. Armadillo doll. Okay. I think women do it sometimes to push a man to show he cares. Maybe he's dropping the ball in that area. I feel like a conversation is much better than trying to create jealousy. And if you feel like there's some sort of a repression of some of his ways that you want to see a man cares, let's have, like, if you want him to be a man, maybe doing childish stuff like trying to make him jealous may not be the best way to show that you're a solid woman. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. If you want him to be mature about his conversations and the way he shows he cares, perhaps a conversation to go, well, hey, babe, what's some of the blocks that you have to be able to show vulnerability in this way? And are you honestly a safe place for him to be that vulnerable with? If you're trying to make him jealous to see if he gives a shit. Remember, it takes two of us to tango in this game.
I know it's not you, Armadillo. I know you've seen it.
Not you. You're talking about that. You're talking about that bitch from work. We already know it's not you.
It's not her.
We're talking about that girl from work who's always messing with the guys.
I've seen it too.
You know.
I've seen it. It is not us. I hear you.
I gotta get better on my laugh tracks here. Get in
The no shit test.
The no shit test.
Thanks, guys. By the way, y'all look so sharp.
Thank you.
Cut all the Gillette blades.
Oh, those things. I mean, like Gillette took me off. They were gonna sponsor us, and they're like, "You just keep killing them." Oh, can't play it. This thing's too serious. All right.
If you want a true, honest relationship, you need to be true and honest with each other. Yes, I agree.
Who is this lady?
I don't know.
Laney
Is it
Ray.
Lady or Laney Ray?
I don't know who that is.
All I know is that I feel like she's about to have a birthday.
I feel like we should celebrate this woman. Celebrate that birthday, girl. Yeah, we'll have
I'm
a
excited. I'm excited.
happy birthday, Mama.
Yes.
We're looking forward to seeing you.
Yes, yes, yes. Ray.
Yeah, right.
Lady Ray is Rick's mom.
Yes, my
She's
mama.
a wonderful woman. Yes. I know a lot of people talk about mother-in-laws, but she's wonderful. She really is wonderful. So thanks for being on here and super supportive. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Mama.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll see you in
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
I've been training because I got a fight coming up.
Yeah, you do. You better get ready.
I've been training. Saturday night fight night. I'm ready. It's going down for real. After that guy's baseball game, he's got a fight scheduled with me. I'm ready to do it too. I've been training for Perry's been training me.
I know.
I'm ready. I
know.
got a big fight coming up.
Yeah.
He's almost 7 too, so I know he's been training.
Yeah, and he's been working out.
Sean's been working. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's not Rick versus Frick. It's my nephew, Sean. He's a little savage.
Adorable. He's adorable. Oh my gosh.
Uncle Ricky, he's got a big
Yep.
fight coming up.
I love it.
Pretty good stuff.
It is. Wilson, I'm not sure what the question is, but said, my girlfriend doesn't put in effort anymore. I'm feeling lost. My question to you, we'll probably ask you a lot of questions, but how long have you guys been together?
Let's go ahead and start at the beginning, Wilson. Wilson with a Z. Yeah, appreciate you guys. This is very cool. Also, I still would like to hear at some point, whether you guys put it in the chat or you guys can go. This will be on Spotify also, and so you guys can check out the information there. But we would love for you to reach out, or even if you want to have a phone call and say, this is the list of what we feel, even in our relationship, the role of a woman is. It is not meant to be derogatory. It is not meant to be in any way demeaning. Just what do you believe it is? And we would love to hear the list. I would really like to, because the guys made a whole list of like, this is what we do. I would love for the ladies to also like have the same, like we can do that too. I'll tell you what we do. And it doesn't have to be what do we think the other person wants. That's a totally different, we did that, totally different list. But as far as what is your job is your opinion to support her man or husband. Yeah. And this is where like, we'd love to hear, what does it look like to be support? You know, and that's where like, it does get into specifics.
Bailey.
Have a crush on someone who's not available. He told me he's in love with me, but his GF is, let's see, but he love his GF. What is better, in love or to love? I have what's better. To love yourself enough to have respect for your own well-being and not try to be with somebody who is guaranteed to cheat on you.
Yep.
Like, think about this. If this guy's talking to you while in a relationship and then leaves his relationship to be with you, wouldn't he have a history of doing this already, even with you?
Yep. And I can tell you right now, if you believe that you were different,
Oh, you're
you are
special.
not.
You're the special one.
You are not. You're special in your own way, but he will do the same thing.
Yeah, it seems like whatever he's trying to do to fulfill that piece of him and using you to do it while he's in his relationship currently, this is not good behavior. And this is golden rule stuff. Would he want, you, if you were with him, to be doing this with another man? Probably not.
Yeah.
And so this is not safe for you. What I would probably do with you is we'd go over your values and understand where should you have some respect for yourself and know that loyalty or honesty or honor or integrity should maybe be a good place to put your heart. And if they don't have those things, this wouldn't be a good place to put your heart. Because this person seems to be more concerned with what they can than how much they can love or how much they can give.
Yeah.
This is boy stuff, not men stuff. Alphas don't do that.
Yeah.
We had a whole talk with our men because our guys are all alphas. Each guy is a pack leader. They take care of their own crew. They take care of their own people. And so when we get together, we talk about the difference between, the beta mentality or an alpha mentality. And alphas build, alphas protect, alphas support, alphas encourage, alphas lift people up. They don't do this bullshit and cheat on their girlfriend and try and mess around behind their back, making you feel like you're the one who you should be with. Like, he's just going to cheat on you. This is bad behavior.
Yeah.
This isn't building. This is destroying.
Giving you a look into your own future.
Yeah, I'd probably tell you to step away from this one because it's already a pattern of being abused. or used or not being appreciated or valued.
Yeah.
So value yourself enough to have some standards. I have spoken. What did Christy say here? I had to get a man 11 years older than me, more mature and knows how to treat a lady. Fair enough.
So, yeah, Bailey said, so these boys would never change? Why?
Well, let's look at it, Bailey. Let's take a look. Right now, he's having his cake with his girlfriend, and he can eat it too with you. So, why would he need to change if doing bad behavior gets rewards? If my dog poops on the floor and I give him a reward every time he poops on the floor, he'll think pooping on the floor is really, really good.
And here's something else to consider, Bailey. At this point, you are the other girl. Think about the golden rule. Like, how would you feel if you were in a relationship with this guy and there was some other girl entertaining, knowing you are part of the problem now too? It's both of you. So don't do that.
Also, you would give advice to your best friend very differently.
You know, Bailey.
If your best friend or your sister or someone you really care about was in your shoes, you'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's your heart you're playing with, and you're just going to throw it right into a guaranteed blender? I don't know.
We want more for you, Bailey.
Listen, have some self-love, self-respect, and you're
Yeah.
going to find yourself in a very different system of values than I guess I can be the one who breaks up a relationship just to be with a guy who breaks up relationships.
Good job, Bailey. Good.
Yeah. Well played, girl.
Yeah, stay away from that guy. He's no good.
It's just not, he doesn't have the right values yet, and you want a high values guy.
So there's another comment. Sometimes girls be competitive like that too, like intentionally hunt down guys taken.
Some do.
Oh, I'm aware.
Should you be mad at those girls?
I have been. I absolutely have been. And I would be mad at them again.
Why?
Absolutely. I would
Why
be
would
mad
you be
at
mad
both.
at them?
I would be mad at them because they knowingly were with someone else's guy, knowingly. So to me, it shows me that they also don't have values. It's both of their faults. They both made a decision knowing very well the person was taken and married. Yeah.
I don't agree.
Oh, for sure. Let me be honest. I'm more mad at the guy, 100%, especially if I'm in a dynamic with him. But I absolutely would be mad at that girl. You cannot change my mind on this one.
I'm not changing your mind. I just disagree.
Nope, I will be mad at both.
Here's
and
the
I have
reason
been.
why. I'm going to give you the
I've
other
been
side.
in that
Baby,
situation.
baby, I don't.
Sorry.
You got it. You did it. You did the thing. You did it. You did it.
But I got more to say.
You got mad. I'm mad. I got it. Okay. So here's the other side to this. Did that girl make a vow or make an agreement with you not to break a promise or be to cheat on you? Did that other person have any agreement with you at all?
No.
No, there's no agreement there. But did the person who you're either married with or in a committed relationship, did
Yep.
they have a commitment that they promised?
Yes.
That's the only person who matters. You know why? Every guy can take their shot with you. Every guy. Until you say, I want to be with him,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care about any of those
Yeah.
other guys who want you. They're supposed to want you. You're beautiful. They're supposed to. If they don't want you, what's wrong with my... And so I don't care if they all want you. It doesn't matter until you say, I'm in.
Yeah.
You're the only person that we have a promise together. I don't have any
Yeah.
promises with any other guys
I
out
think
there.
it's true. That's true. But I'm still going to be mad, disappointed, irritated, especially when you know the person, or your kids have played together, or
Well, now we're getting into a different thing. Now we're creating like this is a person who's a part of the inner circle, or a person who's now we're adding
be.
layers. Let's add layers then. If like my brother is the person, that's a different. If it's my best friend who's hitting on you, that's a different thing. But if it's just the jabronis that are out there who are taking their shot, and you decide like, oh,
Yes.
this dude who just DM'd me, I'm in. I don't care.
yeah.
Go ahead. We same
And
rules.
And
Your
I've had
box is
both.
on the
You're
line.
right. You're absolutely right. I have had both. Not knowing this other person, never have had any conversation with the person, it is different. It was different for me.
Right.
I was just like, okay, thanks for letting me know. That was it, right? I really didn't pay any attention. When it's the person across the street, kids play together, that is very different.
Mm-hmm.
I will absolutely be mad, and I would also,
Sure,
Pay you a visit.
because the betrayal is somebody
it's too close to home, literally. Too close to home.
I saw what you did there. I saw what you did
Wasn't
with
funny
the
at the
words.
time. No.
Yeah, no, it
Now
wasn't
it's
funny
been
at the
nonsense.
time for you, but it was somebody who was a friend who ended up becoming like that's the reason why the marriage was falling apart. Sure, I'm with you there for somebody you hung out with and that's a friend. And then there was a betrayal. Someone was like, I'm your person. Sure.
Yeah.
But if this is just somebody slipped in your DMs and you were down,
No.
see you later. Like,
I absolutely.
enjoy your life. If you can upgrade, this is the interesting part for guys on this one. This is why I'm that confident on this one. When it comes to hypergamy, your girl like should be waking up every day next to you going, this is the best man ever. Like this is my guy is the best. I love waking up next to this guy. This is my guy. And if your girl's not waking up like that, that leaves room for hypergamy to start creep in. Like this, she starts to go like, maybe I'm not with the best guy I could be with. Maybe this isn't the best guy. This is why us guys, and when we work with our men, we keep working on ourselves. We keep evolving forward. We keep getting smarter. We keep getting stronger. We work out. We eat right. We work on our brain. We work on our tools. We try and deal with situations in a more evolved ways and be better men or better fathers. That's what we work on. That's how we try to do it. Because the wolves don't stop hunting because you said I do. They're still going to try and slide in the DMs. Now, this is where, like, I'm still competition ready. If a dude can step up and she's like, I actually believe I can upgrade from you. I believe I can upgrade. I'm like, why wouldn't you? When should a woman settle? Like, when do you believe a woman should settle? Yeah, if you ever feel like you're settling, that's a totally different game. In which case, if she can upgrade, go ahead. Go upgrade then. But I mean, it's the same thing with guys. When should a man settle?
Yeah.
Ladies, it's not a one-way street here. If we're going to be pushing for equality, which not one man I've talked to yet is anti-equality, just in case you're wondering.
That's true.
Like, every guy is totally cool with
Makes their
equality.
life a lot easier.
Straight up easier. Way better.
Yeah.
So they're cool with that. When should a man be settling then? Because ladies are like we see here, Angela's like, never. Never. Women should never settle.
Well, I don't think that was her response to the previous question.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But I think too, it's also understanding, our dynamic in our relationship is clearly so much different than when we started too, and I think that seeing potential in somebody and being their cheerleader is so important. And that's a big piece of it too. Our relationship when we started, I saw so much potential in him. When we first met, that really helped to kick off our relationship dynamic. And so there's also that. Now, within that, though, there's also false potential too. Like, you also have to understand both false potential and also real potential too, because people can fall in love with a make-believe version of something they created, but that's not where the person wants to go.
Or putting any effort into. Yeah.
Right.
Truth. I like it. Yeah, the settling thing is an interesting thing, though. When are you supposed to settle? This is why I think that both parties should always be trying to work on themselves.
Yeah.
Keep working on yourselves and keep working on, like, how can we be better with each other? The point of a relationship is to be better together than not together.
Yeah.
And we both need to be growing, even independently and together.
Yeah. Danny says, I don't like potential.
Well, what do you have? Like, what is potential? Because, like,
I think
she may or may not like it. I want to know why. Like, what is it?
I think that depends on your personality type too, though. Because potential for some people may seem, you can view it as being unachievable or like that's not guaranteed, which can feel very unsafe. For me and my personality, I just had this light bulb moment. Potential for me is so inspiring, but I also am the personality that like, where do you want to go with this? Where do you want to do? And I'll be right there with you, like pushing along the way, like, and be by your side and be cheering you on every single way. If you tell me what you want to do, I'll help you get there. That's why I think I love the potential so much of like pushing forward, growing together and moving forward.
Baby, your microphone's over here. You keep moving and talking this way.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I wanted
Was it
to.
good?
I wanted to, yeah.
Yeah.
You're adorable with the mic.
I don't think, can you guys still hear me?
They can. We're also recording on these.
Okay. I think what I said was good.
What you said was good. I would just like it to also be recorded.
I don't have the potential to do that.
Oh my. Oh wow. I see what you're trying to do with the words. All right. So you said I don't like potential because potential. Did you mean will equal expectations or like with equal expectations? I don't know. I just want to make sure it wasn't a typo. As long as there's reason for growth and it's not your own. I agree with you on potential. I think potential is an interesting word. You know, like potential is a belief system. Potential is measured only by belief. It's just how much do you think you have? And some people say it's unlimited. Well, why are you so limited then? You know, like how much potential do we have is based on a lot of belief systems all compounded to say like I feel worthy or I feel capable or I know I can or I know I can't.
Yeah. It also is the difference between the thoughts and ideas versus the action effort that you're going to put towards it. Because people can have the potential ideas all day long, and then now we have a job that we're volunteering at, or we can have the ideas and put that potential into action and make it happen. Then it's a very different story.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you saying that like you agree? Or are you saying that like I don't know what you're saying?
Well, I feel like I half agree.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm listening to kind of where you're going. I'll agree with you on some of this. We're working it through. I like it. Potential. I'm reading also some of these characteristic things too. I'm interested to see what are we trying to get to here. Yes, if you see someone's potential but they don't see it for themselves, this will lead to unmet needs. True. Or expectations.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, expectations and potential is definitely one of the type of expectations there are. Expectations will lead us to hurt. What do you think? It's not how you feel. Okay. This is interesting to watch how we're working through this one word, potential. I love these word plays.
I think there's definitely, a lot more to be said about potential.
Can I benefit from your program? Happily escaping a marriage with a covert narcissist.
Good.
You are not our only one. And so sometimes the narcissists are misdiagnosed by people, but sometimes they're not. And we have a couple that really are with ones, and they're like, oh my God, like the poison is deep. Sometimes people are just hurt and they're misdiagnosed as narcissists. And so we have a conversation. I know it's Trade Mountain. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. And let's see if that's really the situation. But I know that having a brotherhood of men has been extremely beneficial for guys to have a support system to be able to work through even the hardest times.
The last segment, she needs in a meme.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
No shit.
Which one? I don't even know. I don't even know which segment you're talking about. Which one? I'm curious.
Yeah, Trade Mountain. The link is also in the bio. Go ahead and grab a time slot in there. I don't charge for first calls or anything like that, so just a free call. Let's have a conversation and see what you got. How's it going? Salute to the fallen. Ty, I don't know if you're still in here. I think this guy's trying to play on your name a little bit here.
Potential is having a growth mindset and being willing to step outside of your comfort zone.
You know how rare it is for people to really do that? People try and stay in their safe space.
It is
so
difficult for
often.
people to also have a growth mindset. What does that mean? What is the effort that you're putting in? What does this look like on a daily basis? Do you only have a growth mindset when it's convenient or when you're going through tough moments? I have a lot of questions. That's a good comment. Got me asking a lot of questions.
Yeah, really fast. Now answer all of them immediately.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
This is.
And the reason I'm saying that, and again, with the growth mindset, and just that comment, I think that, and sometimes I do this, so I'm going to call myself out too, but when people make generalized comments, and like I said, I've been known to do that too, when you stop and like question your own comments to see like, does that just sound good, or is that something I'm actually doing, or like, how do I put this into practice? Like, if I'm giving that advice, how am I taking it and putting it into practice on a daily basis? Because a lot of words sound really nice and they sound really great, but who's really putting in that work and doing the work?
Yeah, who's doing it?
Who's doing it?
Who is it? It's always me, never
It's
them.
only me. No, sometimes it's not.
A lot of times it's both.
See, Patty Cakes,
Patty Cake's
she's doing it.
She got good
doing
energy.
the work. Yep. It's good.
Good energy. I like it. Well, I got my message across, and I feel like we did a pretty good job here today, babe.
Yeah.
Let's do more of these because this is actually an easy setup for us, and we can do this easier. And we'll probably do a little more often on these lives. But we always have cool stuff to share, and we'll post this up. If you guys want to listen to some of your interactions and stuff that we do, feel free. We just relaunched our entire. We took down all of our old episodes from the Everything's a Choice stuff, and we created the podcast on Spotify for Battlefield of the Mind. This is the Warrior's Way mindset. And so it's going to go over some of the lessons that we've done within some of the groups, but it's also going to be sharing conversations like this. And we've got webinars and all kinds of stuff that we're going to be posting. A lot of content is going to be going up very, very quickly. And we're looking forward to sharing that stuff with you guys. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for being a part of this show and all of the shenanigans that come along with it. So thank you guys for that. And we appreciate you guys very much. So I hope you guys have a great night.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books. It's found on the battlefield.